Long ago, in the heart of a lush African valley, nestled among towering baobabs and whispering acacias, there lay the village of Nyaruba. At the center of the village flowed the river Gumo, a lifeline to its people. The river gave them water to drink, fish to eat, and fertile lands for farming. But the river was also feared, for it carried an ancient curse. The elders spoke of a spirit that dwelled within the depths of Gumo, a spirit angered by the greed of men who once polluted its waters. The spirit, known as Nyamundi, decreed that every generation, a child of the village would be claimed as payment for the river's gifts. Failure to honor this demand would bring drought and devastation. The curse loomed like a shadow over the village, but life continued. Among the villagers lived a widow named Amara and her only son, Tay. Amara was known for her kindness, a woman who would share her last grain of millet with a neighbor in need. Since the death of her husband, Tay had been her joy and purpose. His laughter filled their humble hut, and his small hands worked tirelessly beside hers in the fields. One fateful year, the rains failed to come. The crops withered, and the river shrank to a sluggish stream. The villagers gathered anxiously at the riverbank, their eyes scanning its surface for a sign from Nyamundi. When the waters began to churn and froth, the villagers knew their worst fears had come true. "The spirit is angry," the chief announced. "A child must be offered to save our land." Straws were drawn, and the name called out made Amara's blood run cold, Tay. The villagers whispered among themselves, torn between relief and sorrow. Amara fell to her knees, clutching her son to her chest. "There must be another way," she cried. But the chief shook his head gravely. "Amara, you know the law of the river. If we defy it, we all perish." That night, as the village prepared for the offering, Amara sat with Tay by the fire. His small face was streaked with tears. "Mama, I'm scared," he whispered. Amara's heart broke, but she forced a smile. "Don't worry, my son. A mother's love is stronger than any curse." At dawn, the villagers gathered at the riverbank, where a small canoe awaited to carry Tay to the center of the river. As they sang mournful songs, Amara stepped forward, holding her son's hand. "I will go in his place," she declared, her voice unwavering. Gasps rippled through the crowd. The chief stepped forward. "Amara, no. The curse demands a child. The river demands a life," she countered. "Take mine." Before anyone could stop her, Amara kissed Tay's forehead, stepped into the canoe, and began to paddle toward the swirling waters. The villagers watched in stunned silence as she reached the center of the river. The waters grew still. A voice, deep and resonant, echoed from the depths. "Why do you sacrifice yourself, woman?" Amara knelt in the canoe. "Nyamundi, my son is innocent. Take me instead. Let my love be enough." For a moment there was silence. Then the river roared. A column of water rose high into the sky. The spirit's voice boomed, filled with awe. "Your love is pure, Amara. You have broken the curse." The waters receded, calm and clear. Fish leaped joyfully, and rain clouds gathered overhead. The villagers rejoiced, but their joy turned to grief as they realized Amara was gone. From that day on, the river Gumo flowed freely, its curse lifted. Tay grew up to become a wise leader, teaching the villagers to honor the river and cherish the love of those who sacrificed for them. Though Amara was gone, her story lived on, told in songs and dances around the fire, a reminder of a mother's unyielding love and the power of selflessness.